Hi folks, guess what kids? The nation of South Korea recently announced that they intend to go whaling. That's it. They're going to use the same IWC loophole as the Japanese do and say that it's for scientific purposes. So they're going to go whaling. And the nation of New Zealand and Australia, why, they were belly aching like stuffed pigs saying, "Oh, no you don't, no whaling for you, you need to stop it." Oh, and they were very upset, the governments of these two countries. Never mind the fact that the South Koreans are going to go whaling in their own waters. Or is New Zealand and Australia claiming those waters also? They're not going into New Zealand waters, they're not going into Australian waters, and they're not going into that make-believe whale sanctuary. They're doing it in South Korean waters, so it's none of your business in Australia, it's none of your business in New Zealand. That's it, kids. Mind your own business. But of course, Sea Shepherd, the good captain, had to inject himself into this. That's what he did. He was interviewed by an Australian news organization, and I have the video link in the description. If you could stomach it, watch it. Because what's interesting in this video is, all throughout the video, he doesn't blame the South Koreans for going whaling. Nah! He blames the Japanese. That's it. Why, you evil Japanese? You put the South Koreans up to it. That's what you did. In other words, the South Koreans didn't come up with this idea on their own. They were pushed into it by the Japanese. Could you see that happening? Could you really see that happening? We can't even get those two nations to sign a military agreement with one another, but yet they're going to follow Japan's lead to go whaling. What, are you stupid? The only reason why he injects Japan throughout this interview, once again, to appeal to the racism and hate among his minions to get money. You got to understand this, folks. His sole focus here, no matter where whaling takes place, or bluefin tuna, why, it's the Japanese. That's his number one. That's his number one enemy. Not even the Costa Ricans who are anxious to get him in their jail. No, it's the Japanese, so says he. So now, the interviewer asks the good captain there, "Do you plan on taking your fleet to South Korean waters?" He avoids the question, totally changed the subject. I'll answer that for you. He's not going into South Korean waters because they're cowards. They know if they go into South Korean waters, they will be met with hostility. And don't use the excuse, "Well, it's in South Korean waters, that's why they're not sending their fleet in." Really? Or I should say, really? Majikayo! They're going to the Faroe Islands with their fleet, and those are the Faroe Islanders' own waters. So please, if you go into the Faroe Island waters, you should be going into the South Korean waters. But you know, if you go into the South Korean waters, you'll wind up in a South Korean prison. Hopefully North Korea too. But here's what's interesting now. He says we're not going to go to take our fleet into South Korean waters, that we're probably going to engage the South Koreans like we do in Taiji, Japan. There's a village in South Korea which is predominant with its whaling. He plans to send his minions, notice that, his minions, not him, the trust fund babies, into this town in South Korea to harass the good people in South Korea like they harass the people in Taiji. But you want to know something? Do you want to bet that the South Koreans are going to treat them just like that team from Osaka treated Sea Shepherd and Taiji and ran them out of town? This is going to make for some very interesting video. But it gets interesting. This organization, Sea Shepherd, talking out of both sides of its mouth. One of its board members, Ian something or another, he said, "Oh yeah, we're sending the fleet into South Korea." Huh? But the good captain says, "Oh no, we're not." Do we smell a mutiny here, kids? This is going to be interesting. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens when South Korea does initiate and goes whaling. And basically, folks, it's nobody's business but the South Koreans, because they're going to be doing it in their own waters. but I would love to see Sea Shepherd inject themselves either with the fleet or with trust fund babies on the ground. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.